That kind of like, also one more thing that I forgot to mention to the audience is you have a very interesting life in terms of like profession and passions and what you do. One of the things that you told me very well on the phone, how you stumbled upon an opportunity to make some money being a paparazzi.
Correct.
And I want to go, if you don't mind, can I go a little more deeper into that? Like, I want to know
Yeah,
more about that. Yeah. So
absolutely, absolutely.
how did you get into, like, how did that opportunity fall into your lap, like, and then what was the lifestyle of a paparazzi living in Hollywood and getting photos, like, how did that work? Like, can you give me a rundown of everything?
Okay, so to start it off, it like I said, you always end up landing and doing things that will end up putting you in different positions, just within the lane of what you're doing. So I was doing, and it was actually last year. So I've only been a paparazzi for July would make a year now, but I was doing a Miami Swim Week, as he mentioned before. I was doing Miami Swim Week, and I try to keep it quick and simple, but it's a really good story. I was doing Miami Swim Week, and I was getting paid $200 per day or something in those sorts to shoot the swim week and send it off to a company so they could post it and make more money than me. Um, you know, so I was doing that, and I was, at that moment, you're satisfied, you're content with what you're doing, and I think maybe 1 or 2 days into the show, somebody came to the set. So there's a pit, there's a media pit when you're watching the runway. They're coming straight to you. There's a media pit, and the best photographers or the house photographers normally get right in front. And then as you come, they say, okay, well, you got here time, so we'll put you here. We got here on this time, so we'll put you here. So nevertheless, the better, house photographers, Getty Images will normally get like the front seats. So as I'm shooting, somebody walks up and he comes super late. He's rushing in super late, moving things out the way. I was like, "Yo, where's this guy going?" And he pulls up and he goes, I need that spot right there. I need that spot down there," because he's behind me, and he's like, "I need that spot right there." And he's like, "Hey, how much do I have to pay to get that spot?" And I was like, "Wait, who is this? Who is, like, who is this guy? Who is this guy coming in here thinking he's some hot shot, that he's about to get the best shot and move everybody out the way?" So he ends up speaking to me. He's like, "Oh yeah, man, I'll give $2,000 to whoever I could get the spot to." So I was like, $2,000. I was like, "Wait, hold up. You can have my spot for $2,000. I'm only making $200." So long story short, me and him, we got to be an acquaintance. Um, we got to we he asked me to shoot. Well, I'll tell you the real story because I actually was gonna skim after this part, but uh, he wanted me to shoot the video, and at the time I didn't think that I was good enough to shoot the video.
Video
So
off the
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 video
the
of the
event.
swim
Okay.
of the event. So at that moment, I told myself in my head, "Hey, this is a great relationship to have because this person says he's from LA. He's ready to drop $2,000 on, just some regular thing. I'm already making 200. So the math just made sense that this relationship would be a more enriching relationship. So what I wanted to do was put somebody in position, a friend of mine who I thought would do the job very well. So I said, "Man, you know what? I actually got this guy. He's right up the street. I could call him. He could come and shoot it for you. And I promise this guy's going to get it done." Because at the time, I thought that this guy was better than me at this job. So long story short, I end up getting this guy, and he comes down and he shoots it, and he fucks it all up. He fucks up the whole situation. He shoots the video horrible. He steals the memory card. He doesn't give it to the guy. There's no footage on the memory card. So at this point, I've literally ruined my name. And the guy's like, "Man, look at your buddy, bro. Look what he did, this and that." And I'm like, "Bro, I'm so sorry. I thought he was going to be the perfect person because looking at his work, it just seemed like you guys would be so perfect to do it." And then he looked at the work and he agreed. He was like, "Man, he's perfect for the job. Why didn't he do it correct? Are you guys trying to play me? Or are you guys trying to take money from me and stuff?" And I'm like, "Dude, I have no intentions of taking any money from you or trying to, you know, uh, get a one up on you. I was literally trying to put two and two together so we could help each other, you know, and it kind of backfired on me." But luckily enough, I think this will be a lesson. We could also pinpoint this in in the video here. Your blessings will always come back to you if they belong to you. I like to say that your blessings will always come back to you if they belong to you, and especially if you're a giving person like I am. So I gave the opportunity away because I thought that this person could benefit just as well as this person and myself. So all of us benefiting, and then somehow it turned around that it kind of threw a little dirt on my name, but like I said, the blessing is always going to be a good blessing. So the guy reaches back out to me in July and he says, "Hey man, look, I know, we didn't work out the last time. And I would love for you to shoot the video for me this time in July." And I said, "Know what? I'm going to drop everything I'm doing. I'm going to shoot the video." So I end up shooting the video. I send it out to him, and he's like, "Man, this is perfect. This is amazing, bro. Like, you killed it, man. Why didn't you shoot it for me the first time?" And I told him, I was like, "If I'm being honest with you, man, I didn't think that I would do a great job. I wanted to put the best person in position to do the job, not knowing that I actually was the best person at the time." So just as creatives, you also want to tell yourself, like, you're going to be your worst nightmare. You're going to doubt yourself more than anybody else. And even when he gave me the opportunity, so he worked in Hollywood and he does paparazzi, and he's like, "Hey, would you like to jump into some paparazzi work? It'll make some good money. You could start traveling, you could start doing this."